Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I just finished my run. I thought I'd share a little tip with you about something a tip that I use to help me from making mistakes and to continue on my path of progress rather than slipping up all the time. So a lot of us, right, if you're like me, you screw up and you make mistakes, and that sucks. There's a lot of ways that we make mistakes when we're trying to do something. And usually, I've talked about this a few times, but usually the mistakes that we make hurt us more than the good things, the progress that we make forward, right? Usually it's when we screw up that we can eliminate a large amount of progress, which is bad. So mistakes hurt you more than doing good things do in general, right? At least the mistakes have a lot more potential to blow up in your face. So one thing I do is a little technique I call it going the other way. So you can apply this anytime that you're in a situation where you're about to blow it, where you're going to make some kind of mistake, or you're struggling. Instead of just not doing the bad thing, you go the opposite way and do a good thing instead. So let me give you a couple of examples of this. Let's say, again, I like to use the diet example because this is where people screw up and have problems. And let's say that you're tempted to go and get a candy bar or get some dessert or pig out or eat some pizza or whatever it is, right? So instead, what you're going to do is not just resist that temptation and not do the bad thing. Is instead you're going to go the other way, and you're going to go for a run, or you're going to go for a workout, or you're going to go lift weights, and you're not going to eat at all. Or you're going to go the other way and you're going to eat a super healthy meal, right? You could apply the same thing. Let's say you're in a conversation, you're in an argument with someone. Let's say you're in an argument with your spouse, right? And you're pissed off and you want to say something nasty. Instead, say something nice. Right? That's going the other way. Same thing, argument with a coworker. You're right and they're wrong and they're ticking you off. Instead of disagreeing with them, agree with them and support their idea. Go the other way. Obviously you can't do that all the time, but you can go the other way, especially if you know your argument, if you know you're grumpy. You're trying to improve your attitude. Go the other way. Start singing, start being happy. Don't just try and not be angry. Don't just try and not be grumpy. Don't just try and not do things. Not smoking, right? Not drinking, all these things. Instead of trying to not do those things, go the other way. Instead, go and do something positive. Do something hard to do that's the opposite direction. It's easier oftentimes than just trying to not do things. Because when we try not to do things, that's when we sit and we think about it. That's all we think about. But when we switch it and we go the other way, there's a double effect here. One, it makes it easier. And two, now you have put some credit in the bank, so to speak. So now when you do screw up, and you will eventually screw up because everyone does, it won't hurt as bad because you've put a little bit of credit in the bank. And the more that you do that, right, then the less that the scripts are going to hurt you. So you can use this technique to really help you boost you ahead. Think of it as instead of making the mistake and going behind, you're actually moving yourself forward more. And it's a reminder, it's an opportunity, right? If you keep this in your head, then every time that you're about to screw up or make a mistake, you see it as an opportunity to get ahead and to go forward, and that motivates you, and it's going to act as a trigger. You can actually develop a habit of doing this. I've developed one habit in traffic of when I start to get a little bit pissed off or annoyed in traffic at another driver. Instead, I think happy thoughts. I immediately am triggered to think about gratitude, about things I'm grateful for, things, especially thinking about I get to drive around in the middle of the day. I don't have to go to a regular job. That's usually the thought that I trigger, but I've set that up as a trigger. So anyway, this can be really helpful, really useful technique to put into practice. And if you start doing this, you'll definitely see results. And yeah, so most people don't do this, and we all struggle with various things that we try to stop doing. Instead, it's much easier to take action and to start doing. Another one, good one that this applies to is procrastination. When you feel like when you can't, you must, right? When you feel like you don't want to do something that you're supposed to do, just like go full out and do it 110%. Go the other way, right? And if you do that, that's a really good habit to to start doing, and you'll see tremendous results. So anyway, just wanted to share that little tip with you. Hopefully you find it useful. Let me know if you do, and if you like this channel, subscribe. Take care.